Howdy, y'all. It's Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. Just a quick spoilers rundown of Loki Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2. Kind of waited a little bit, if I'm honest, just because life hit pretty hard. But I think the other thing that really hits is just that, honestly, trying to review Episode 1 would not have been good. There, I said it. Let's just go through, because Episode 1 is quite literally Loki going through time inside the TVA and other places-ish. I think it is just the TVA. And it's just jumping through, and there's not a whole lot happening other than trying to fix Loki. It's interesting. We get the, I can't remember the actor's name again, but he played Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And he's kind of like this main side character. It's the best way to put it. He's fantastic. The way he talks, I mean, it's Short Round, but he's so fun. He brings an energy to the show. Owen Wilson is still great. Tom Hiddleston is still great. This is the first time in a while with Marvel I've wanted to actually watch something, and that first episode was not honestly the best thing to get my attention, but yet it was interesting because it was just more of, why is he jumping through time? He sees Sylvie in the future destroying stuff, and you don't really understand timing on all this because it's confusing trying to pay attention. And if you're looking at your phone at all, you will lose track of it. But I think overall, I mean, it worked. I think episode 2 was much more interesting because they're trying to track down Sylvie because of Loki seeing her in the future, destroying and messing with the TVA. And a lot of the episode is focused on tracking her down and finding somebody that knows where she is, and it's really good because it's really just Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson just playing off of each other, and occasionally the interactions with Short Round again. Like, he is just perfect, right? He can talk the nerd, but then there's also the guy that works up at the top of the TVA, and they're funny together because they're both kind of nerdy. And he's the guy that's run stuff up in the admin stuff of TVA, has read the manuals and things and knows them front to back, which is really just funny. But that second episode, it's really trying to find Sylvie, and once they find her, one of the TVA leaders at this point has decided to go ahead and move. And this is a big spoiler. I was a little bit shocked that they did this, and it was kind of, I was impressed actually. They blow up lots and lots of timelines. Tons of them. I was actually shocked. Yeah, that was unexpected. And I mean, we're watching it on the... also, the aesthetic of the TVA again, here it is again, and it's just so much fun. This retro futuristic, right? Like, what would happen if the future was designed after what we had in the 40s and 50s kind of thing. That's what it feels like. It's fun. And I think so far the story is really pretty solid, and especially episode 2, much more interesting. Even though there's not always a lot happening, it just felt more interesting. It did. It was good. And then the fact that all these timelines are just gone, and I mean, we're talking about hundreds. It was sad because you're like, okay, they're shrinking this whole multiverse thing back down. So as much as it is, you know, that sad fact of these are all gone, it's actually a good thing, ironically, outside of the show, but like for Marvel as a whole, because that could just get so messy. We'll see, right? But overall, I think this is an interesting start, and it's actually fascinating. And Tom Hiddleston just chews the scenery up, you know? That it's good. I just hope that they focus in on him and don't make it awkwardly about Sylvie again. Not that she's not an interesting character by any means, but I just don't want them to be too far focused on her. Because I think Tom Hiddleston really deserves to expand this character in some form or fashion like this, and it's fun and it's interesting and fascinating. And I didn't come away with what I've seen with Star Wars lately of just plot holes and issues. It actually, at least in universe, what they're presenting makes sense and it's interesting. And the first episode was a little confusing, but not to the point where I was not interested. Just went, okay, they better pick up the pace, and then they did. And episode 2 picked it up quite a bit. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of Loki's season 2 episodes 1 and 2 overall. I think they're very good. I think the first one is it's at least a 6 because short round just makes it hilarious. But then I think episode 2 was a 7 or 8, honestly, out of 10. Like it was good. It was really solid. Not that I want action on every show that I watch, but there wasn't a whole lot even in episode 2, because what we saw was kind of off screen of them blowing up these universes. We see them going through the portals, but we never see them actually doing it. I think that would be a little bit more that would really elevate this episode. But yeah, overall, really good. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye, y'all.